Welcome to Maths to Infinity. In today's class, we are going to learn the essence of calculus. Let's begin our session. Calculus is the study of rate of change. There are two types of calculus. One is differential calculus, the other one is integral calculus. Differential calculus helps to find the rate of change of a quantity and also it helps to derive the particular function. Integral calculus finds the quantity where the rate of change is given already. So in today's class, we are going to derive the area of the circle with help of a differential calculus as well as the integral calculus. Let me annotate. So there is a circle. I'm going to slice the circle into many concentric circles. So I can slice a single circle into too many concentric circles like this. Now I'm going to take one circle and then I'm going to straighten out the circle. I can cut the circle over here and then I'm going to straighten out the circle. Then I'll be getting a small, thin rectangular piece, right? Similarly, if you apply the same concept for all the circles, you'll be getting the result like this. The lengthier one, this one is for the outmost circle, and for this one, the second one, and the innermost circle is the top. So I've cut each and every concentric circles and then I've straightened out them into rectangles. Yeah, so that is the next. And then I'm going to arrange all these pieces, all the rectangular pieces in the graph. So there is a XY graph. In that graph, I'm going to arrange all the rectangular pieces by size. The smallest one is going to be placed first. And then according to the sizes, I have placed all the rectangular pieces in the graph. Understood? And then so if you look at the graph closely, you would be able to see a triangle shape over here. From here to here, you would be able to see a triangle shape over here. The breadth of the triangle is nothing but the radius of the circle. Height of the circle is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Let me tell you why. Over here, you have drawn the circle into a rectangular piece, right? So over here, I cut the circle and then I drawn into a rectangular shape. The circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r. So if I drawn the circle into a rectangle, the total length of the rectangle is going to be 2 pi r. And the rectangle is in the form of two dimension. One is length and one is breadth, right? And this breadth is the thickness is very less. Let me assume this is dr, and you can ignore this part. Like imagine you are slicing the circle into very thin, very finer and finer chopping you're doing. If that would be the case, the dr would be negligible. You don't have to bother about the thickness. So you just take only one dimension for the rectangle. So you can assume the circumference of the circle as the length of the rectangle. Is that clear? Where were we? radius of the circle, which is also the base of the triangle. And I'm assuming the height of the triangle as the circumference of the circle. So now I'm going to substitute the area of the triangle formula over here. So area of the triangle is nothing but half into base into height. Yes. So I can substitute the value of base and height. So the base is nothing but radius. I just put it a small r, and the height is this 2 pi r. So now I'm going to simplify this. This 2 and this 2 can be cancelled out. I'll be left with r and 2r. So r into 2r can be written as pi r. The r into pi r. 2 and 2 got cancelled out already. So r into pi r is going to be pi into r square. So we got the result of the area of the circle. From this we can say, even after deforming the circle into a triangle, you will be able to get the same result, right? Area of the circle is pi r square. For this case also, for the triangle case also, we got the result as the area of the triangle is pi r square over here. So this is one of the main application of the differential calculus. I hope you understood this method. Now we are going to find the area of the circle with help of an integral calculus. Again, the same circle is going to be sliced into many concentric circles, and then each and every concentric circle is going to be straightened out into a rectangle shape. Now I'm going to calculate the area of the circle by using its circumference. So the function is 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle. I'm going to integrate it with respect to radius, right? So my function is going to be integral dr. And when you integrate a particular function, you need upper limit and lower limit for finding its actual value. So here, the lower limit is the innermost circle, the smallest circle. So over here, let me draw a radius. So this part, this radius is very, very small. I can assume the radius of the innermost circle as 0. And the outermost circle, from the center to the outermost circle, I can assume the radius of the circle is r. So for the bigger rectangle, it is going to be r, and for the smaller one, it is going to be 0. So my lower limit is going to be 0, and the upper limit is going to be r. So now I'm going to integrate this function. Since I'm integrating with respect to r, I can assume this 2 pi as constant, and I can write the 2 pi outside of the integral. So now I'm going to integrate this function r. If I integrate it, my result is going to be r square upon 2. And once you perform the integration, the limit will move on to the right answer. Substituted, it's going to be 2 pi into r square divided by 2 minus 0 square divided by 2. So this part is going to be 0 only. You can ignore that. I'm writing the remaining steps over here. So it's going to be 2 pi times r square upon 2. So now I can cancel out this 2 and this 2. I got the result as pi r square. I hope you understood. So in today's class, we learned about the essence of calculus by using the differential calculus as well as the integral calculus. Thank you so much for watching me.